Here's the lag. And Chip gives it up. He obviously felt like he hit a little too hard there, so Shane's going to have the first break. Right. It's a full race of 24 people for those of you who aren't familiar with how they race. I mean, it could be a race to 24 or 27. It just depends on what they agree to. But this one's a race to 24, so it's basically a race to 8, then 16, and then 24. So first one to hit those markers will end the day every day until the final day when the first one hits the 24 marker. All right, so there's the break. Got a lunky bump. Oh, he would have liked that ball to hang up. He's going to have to re-rack him. So, but that would have been a very good break for Shane if he just gets that friendly little bump and it just sits in the pocket. Kind of a little bit of a bummer. He definitely wanted that ball to stay up with the new rules. All right. All right, there's the break. Cue ball a little bit high there. He's going to leave him a little keyhole to see down in there. And maybe a possible four-way combination. Can we get that pocket cam and see how close that 15-7 is lined up? Then there we go. Okay, it's a little off. Chip won't be shooting any of that. All right, so all right, we can go back to the main. All right, so I think Chip. Well, I don't know if he can see that 14 or not. This is a little bit kind of a tough spot to play safe in. If he can't see the 14, it only looks like he can see the top of the ball, whatever ball that is, the 4 ball or the 8. What is that in the center of the table there? Looks like the 4 ball. Well, you can only see the top of that. To me, it looks like. So he won't be shooting at that easily. He's definitely got some work to do. He may have to try to 2-rail kick the 3 ball, shoot through the gap in between the 8-14 and 2-rail kick at the 3. He has to dig up under it though. No, he's doing something else. Okay, so he just shaved the 14. So he couldn't see it on the side he needed to get it going towards his pocket. So, all right, so Shane could possibly have maybe a bank at the 10. No, I don't like any of that. I think he should move. I think he's supposed to just maybe thin the 1 ball and get over on the left side of the table towards the corner there. Create a little distance and make it hard for Chip to move. Now he could come off the bottom of the 3 and get on the pile. It's got a lot of cover there. Not much of a chance of selling out either. So if he wanted to shave the bottom of the 3 with some inside spin, he could hit the bottom rail and side rail and go into the back of the pile and just stay on the pile that way. But I like going upstream here. I like going up the table, put him in the left corner pocket up there off the 1. All right, so Shane chose to try to get to the back of the pile, but he removed a ball from his side, and that's going to make it a lot easier for Chip to basically defend the table. Now I can't tell whether this 12 ball banks, but he looks like he's looking at it like he's wanting to see if it'll tighten up. I think doesn't look like he has enough room to shoot past the 6 to me. He just needs to thin it and get over to his side. Don't leave anything offensive. He's got to be careful with that because he's pulling that cue ball way up, where you can maybe get a shot at the 8, if you come up too high or something. All right. What to do? Well, you could shoot the 9 and go forward, follow it out, or the same thing with the 2 ball. But I like the 2 ball in this position. I think the 9 is It's going to suit better. He could actually cut the 9 up the table and go to the back of the pile with some left spin. Actually, I like that a lot better because it doesn't give Chip any options. Like trying to roll him up the table and leave the cue ball out in the open, Chip's going to be able to find something to bank up the table and float downward, with nothing threatening on the bottom rail there. He's got a big area to hide. So I think he should limit that by putting him on the back of the stack. So I would cut the 9 up towards the center rail with a lot of left spin on the cue ball and hit the back of the pile softly. That's what I like. All right, so he chose to go up the table here, see what Chip can do from this position. And he doesn't have a lot of options. He almost looks like he has to elevate a tad to clear the 2-4 if that's what he has to do. Now, I can't really tell how good of an angle he's left him. I mean, if he's left him a piece of the 14, he may be able to cross it. I can't tell if he's left him a piece of the 14, though. That's the ball on the right rail, green stripe, if you're just paying attention. I don't think he can hit it, but it's possible. Okay, so he's looking at coming off the 9 and just hitting the side rail, coming down in between the 14-8. Like that, nice and soft. And that's what I mean about having a pretty big area to hide down there. Well, the upside for Shane is that he has an easy stack shot. He can thin the bottom of that stripe in the stack. Can't tell what that is right now, 12 or 15, one of those. And he can thin that and get on the back of the pile, defend his side. The balls are all positioned for Shane. Nothing for Chip is positioned well. So, if I'm Shane, I'm going to protect the position. See, if you kick the balls and you change the position, you might give up a shot. But if you just put him on the back of the pile, now you force him to have to move with you or take a foul or, something. So if he opens up the pile and he doesn't hide, then he leaves Chip an easy way out if whatever he does doesn't work. He looks like he's going to try to bank the straight ball off of the 8 or the 4, whatever that is next to it, and back at his pocket. Yes, be careful with that. Got to control the cue ball. And he controlled the cue ball very nicely. Very nice. Looks like Chip can maybe give it to him with a little bit of spin. He may have to curve around it a bit or even just take a kick at it, going to his side rail and at the ball, short rail and at the ball that way if he can't shoot straight at it. Now, 6 ball could possibly bank. I can't tell how much of it he can see from this angle, but okay, well, that's a better view at it. Yeah, I don't think he can see enough of it, and even if he could, he'd have to hit it really hard to stiff it. So definitely kicking the 12 in is the only move here. And the 12 is a small ball. Notice where it's sitting. It's sitting halfway in the pocket, deep in the pocket behind the point there. That makes it a tough kick. It's not a big ball from here. A good kicker's still going to make it. You just kick at the pocket. But, if you were to hit that bottom rail a little early or something, it's very possible to miss this. It's a small ball in this position. And Chip's done a nice job kicking directly at the pocket. Good job, Chip. So, Shane gets the first ball. And, now Chip has a few balls open. Balls aren't positioned so well for Shane anymore. Now Chip has, a few things going towards his hole as well. So I think we may see an up-table game from here. Now, Shane could hit the bottom of the 6 and try to get on the back of that 15-5. That's just a lot. That's asking a lot, really, and I know he expects a lot as a player. So we'll see what he comes up with here. He could go ahead and try to get behind small wall, 15 game, which I think in my mind favors Chip a little bit better. He's trying to consider whether he wants to just give up position here and shoot him up the table or try to get behind the 15-5, which it is worth it to try to get behind it, you know, but it is a touchy shot. And you could lose position like this. And he has lost position. He's given up a bank. And if Chip were to make it, he'd have a second bank right there in front of him. So what's that? Is that the 4-ball? Looks like the 4-ball he has a shot at straight in, and he can stiff that in, and 14 next. And it looks like the 2-6 is available to maybe go at the hole, and so is the 15-5. And a bunch of other balls may be open by then if he could just get these two off of Shane's side here. So first bank is the big one. This big one here, you got to start the run, you know, get rid of the jumpy shots and just smooth this one in.
And real quick, Josh, while you're taking care of that, want to remind everybody, make sure you get your pay-per-view pass. We're only going to be live on Facebook, YouTube for just this game. So if you're watching for free, support the players, support the sponsors, go buy the pay-per-view pass. It's not a whole lot of money, and it's a lot of good pool over 3 days. So Josh Roberts on expert commentary all weekend. We'll let him do his thing.
All right, so back to the second bank here. Gonna try to get just up in there. Oh, he didn't want to miss that one. He had a nice shot at the combo if it goes, and certainly could have put Shane in a big trap if nothing went. So Shane's gonna have to take a kick at the ball, similar to what Chip did a couple shots before. Just give him the ball, and Chip will have 2-1 unless Shane makes a mistake here. Oh, and I just said it. It looked like he got a rail there, but he did not make the ball. He did not hit the ball first. He hit the rail first, and it kind of hit the point there. A little bit tough for Chip to play position here. I think I would see him go around the pile all the way to the 5-15. I don't like the 2-6. It's too easy to get hooked. I like going all the way to the 5-15 or up above the balls, maybe cut it real thin and go to the 7. Try to go in between the gap or something, cut it real thin. You can go around the balls or cut it real thin. It's up, but I like the going around the balls because of how deep that ball is in the pocket. So we'll see what Chip does here. Oh, he's elevating just a tad. Looks like he's gonna. Okay, here we go. Flipped it over. He's getting his bridge correct. Looks like he's cutting it thin. Scary shot right there. He did not hit it hard enough, but it looks like he has a decent shot at this 1-ball bank right here in the middle of the table. He can draw this ball under the 8 and just float over to Shane's side rail, and maybe have a shot at the 15-5 if he were to make this. So, wow. All right, so it scores 2-1 Chip in the ball count, and Chip's got this 1-ball bank. And yeah, I mean, this is a nice shot. I don't see an issue with this at all. Like, he should be able to easily hit this with some low right and stay below the 8 and control the speed of that 1, getting it back down the table, I think. And the 15-5 is off angle just a bit, so he'll have to obviously manipulate that 5 just a bit to get the 15 to go, but that's okay. It's close enough. Now I can tell from that bank right there, just that one bank, that this table is playing a little bit grippy. Cloth a little bit worn. It seems like the cloth is playing a little bit worn, where it's not brand new slidey conditions, which in my opinion makes for better one pocket. You know, when you're playing on a you know, brand new slippery cloth table, it makes the pockets play a little bit bigger. You know, like the kick shots are different. Everything's going super long. The bangs can go real long unless you're hitting them with speed, you know. So You know, I don't mind the table having a little bit of wear on it. I actually prefer it. I think it makes for a better game. All right, so Shane trying to figure out what to do here, and there's really not much to do. You kind of have to move the 7, and it looks like he can move the 7 and kick it, but the cue ball doesn't look like it'll be safe to me, and it looks like he may be able to shoot into the 5 and try to remove the 7 as well, as that's what he's looking at. So we'll see what he does. All right, he removed the 7. It's coming back though. All right, so he sold out right there. Chip's gonna have a shot with this, and it's a steep cut on the 7 ball, but easily manageable. And I think that Chip needs to kill this with some low inside and get to the 1. I don't think going into the pile is the answer here. Sometimes you just have to take the gift that's given. Oh, look at that beautiful bump he got. Wow. He opened up the 2 balls, bumped out the 15, and it looks like he's going to have a shot to continue on going here. Now, he must have the angle to move the 6 because of the... Okay, no, he doesn't. He has to go to the 1 here. What was he trying to do there? I don't know what he was trying to get out of that. Is he gonna shoot the 1 here? I can't. I don't know why he only moved the cue ball that far. Like, it seemed like he had a soft angle going into the rail where he could have easily gotten to the 1. And I guess that's what he did. He got to the 1 and he's giving himself some angle to go into the 4. But on the screen, it looks like to me like he doesn't really have enough room. But I guess he does because he's pointing at the 6 ball as if he does have enough room. So he's going 1 rail and trying to hit the 6 ball. Really, he still may end up with a combo. You know, it's okay. All right, he hit it perfect. He hit it perfect. Dead full. Nice shot by Chipper. Nice shot. And the looks like, can we get Chip's pocket cam? We still have that pocket cam, don't we? I was trying to see if the 1310 was available for pocketing. Can we get that pocket cam? Oh, okay. The 13, the 10 definitely doesn't go. The 13 might go. Okay, yeah, the way he's looking at it, I think the 13 will go. But let me see, we got, how many we got on the table there? 5, 7 on the table, and Shane's got 1. Oh, he did not hit the 10. He was trying to bump the 10 to get it out of there to have a shot. So he doesn't have a shot unless he banks the 8. He's just going to have to move from here and accept the lead that he got out of it. And Shane is kind of in desperation mode here. He needs all the balls. Let me see. 4, 7 on the table. Yeah, Chip needs 1. Shane needs all of the balls to get out. So 7 to 1 ball count. And Chip should be just knocking balls up the table. So I'm going to cross that 13 if I'm Chip. Ball closest to the spot. I'm crossing that ball. All right, so he decided to 2-rail the 2 ball, which I really kind of like the 2 ball being there. It clogged up some of those banks. You know, it stops a lot of banks from going with those balls on the rail, especially with the others in the middle of the table. So we'll see what he does here. All right. Well, he didn't really try to do anything productive on that. He was just trying to move a ball and, leave Chip in a tougher position. But Chip doesn't have any reason not to shoot this. Comes with a little bit of cover, and even if he wanted to lag it, he could. But I think this is a stop shot, stiff bank where he just needs to hit this just about medium speed or a touch harder, and it will just stiff up right in the pocket here. So Chip shooting at his game ball right now. See what he does with it. Well, you see it. Great shot, Chip. Beautiful shot. I will let Steven take the announcements if he needs some. So great game by Chip. He didn't waste any time. He looks confident. Banked that ball in like it had eyes. And here's the next rack.
Sorry about that, Josh. Real quick, just want to give a huge shout out to Melina Mike and Dunsky's Dungeon for all the help that they do. Also, guys, we're going off of Facebook Live, so if you've been watching on Facebook or YouTube, you got as far as you can go because the stream is going off. Go get your pay-per-view pass. Josh Roberts on expert commentary all weekend. Chip Compton versus Shane Van Boening. Chip takes down game number 1 off of Shane's break. Let's see what happens next. Josh Roberts, back to you, buddy.
All right, there's the break, and don't exclude that combo there for Shane's side. It looks like that 13 is cutting the 5 ball right at the pocket if he could get to it. So, oh no, he's choosing something else right away. So he must see something in the stack. Oh, okay, he was able to see Chip's bottom ball, but he didn't cover anything up. Shane is not going to like this. The 2 ball is wide open. He can bank it into the 8 and float onto the pile, defending Shane pretty well here, and really, really utilizing that break. So he just wants to hit this kind of thick where he's getting some contact with these balls, get some over, but he really just wants to get that cue ball on the pile. That was the key to me, is getting that. Even if you lose a little bit of ball position, you'll gain that with getting that cue ball on the pile in this part of the game. That was a big shot if he gets on the pile there. All right, so Shane has a clear shot to remove the 8, and he could actually hit this with some force follow. Now he looks like he's kind of considering this 10 ball, and it doesn't come with any reward. Well, I guess he'd be able to make the 2 next if he made it, if he follows. And he does. Hits it really good. Wow, well, so much for no reward, huh? The 4 ball goes, the 5 is available, and he has a shot to open the pile right here if he wants. So, could possibly be seeing a really good run right here off of that bank. And he didn't mind taking a chance on that bank. He shot it right away. He just knew he was going to make that. So, great shot by Shane. All right, so he went into the pile just trying to hope to open something up, and they kind of cluttered just a bit. So he only got 2 balls out of that, and barely can shoot safe on the 8 right here. He's going to have to 2-rail it toward the pile or either toward the 9 and kind of let it be more of an up table type of game from here. So we'll see what he does. All right, sorry about that. Missed that last shot. It's adjusting my equipment. Okay, so Shane moved the 8 chip shot, and now it looks like it's going to be an up-table game from here to me. Um, don't see much Shane can do. He's just going to have to thin a ball and lay down on the rail here. Did he hit anything? I guess he did. So it looks like Chip's going to take a poke at this kick shot here. And he didn't hit it well. He sold out. Shane may be off to the races here. He's got a clear shot at this ball and may be able to push through the pile and get a shot on the 5. He could draw it, but got to be careful there. I think he has to go forward and get through the pile, get on top of the 5-8 on his side of the table. Like that. All right, so he's got the 5 ball there. He's going to have to go back and forth, get to the 13 next. Nice shot. Good speed. All right, now if he wants to, he could go down and get the 6 ball right now. Like, it seems a lot of work to go all the way around to the 8 and then to the 6. You get to the bottom rail, you bank the 6, and then you go back to the 13. There you go. That's what you got to do. So that's what I see going on here. And he's only playing for 4, so were he to make these next 2 shots, he'd only be playing for 2. So he could make quick work of this game if he can execute that 6 ball bank. Okay, so he chose to go all the way back up top and get the other 2 and save the 6 ball for last. And he got a little funny on the 15, so he's going to have to choose the 8, try to open, he wants to hit the 12 ball. If he's got to hit anything in the middle of the pile, he'd like to hit the 12. So look to hit the 12 here, and you have a shot on the 13 next. Just like that. Beautiful shot. And the 7 is open as well. So great shot by Shane. Playing for 2 from here. No problems. All right. Looks like this is going to be a quick one. Last one for the game ball here. Got it. Nice out by Shane. 2 quick games. All right, here's the next break.
Sorry, Josh.
Pretty good break.
I'm slacking. They're moving kind of fast on me, and there's a lot going on around here. A big crowd here. Sorry, I didn't get any announcements going, but I appreciate you covering for me. What do you?
I actually got quiet because I thought you were going to make some announcements, and then didn't. So I said, okay, well, I'll just keep going.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to show you real quick just so you can see. You know, it's a packed house here in Harlingen. There's a lot of people watching this thing. So, and there's more people behind. So big crowd, a lot of things going on. So. We'll get back in our groove here shortly. What do you think of this break here?
It's actually a really good break by Shane. Chip's looking at, slick ways to get out of it, but he really, to me, it doesn't look like he has to do a whole lot. Looks like he can thin the two and go behind the 15 to me. I don't know what he's about to do, but it looks like he can do that easily. Okay, so he hit it thick and still went behind, but he left the bank on the 14. He didn't get all the way down, so Shane's going to shoot this. Great bank by Shane. It's not like that's anything new. We knew he'd shoot that ball. Huh. Now he may be able to cut the 12 next after he makes the 15, or he could come all the way around to the one and get it first. I kind of like the one because then you can actually get the two ball off of his side and put him on the stack or play a combo. I think you got more option with the one. When you shoot the 12, you're hitting the bottom of the pile. Kind of hard to get another shot. All right, so he went all the way to the one. Nice shot. Now he could actually bank that 12 ball if he can shoot this in with a little inside. He can float down and bank the 12, and then two rail the two ball next. He could stop there and bank the two ball into the pile and just open him up on his side. Only problem with that is you don't know what you're going to leave when you're hitting multiple balls. I think he should shape up on the bank for the two, but not try to hit the pile. Well, he actually gave himself another shot right there. Pretty risky to hit it that hard. He could have bobbled the ball, but he hit it great. So I guess he's going to take the shot that he earned and bank this one in. Careful not to sell out the two here. Nice shot by Shane. That was a very nice shot. He banked it in, controlled the cue ball. He's got a decent shot on the six. And he could go under or on top of the four with the cue ball. Either would be fine. All right, so he went into the 9 and 10 over. If it's not hitting anything, maybe even go close to the hole off of 5. Only way I'd do it though is if I could actually stay behind those balls, hitting the two stripes really thick, which that means you have to be able to miss the 9. All right, so he's not doing any of that, so it must not look too good. Oh, why? 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 Oh, oh, wow. What a mistake. All right, so Chip's going to have a shot at the 11 and possibly a shot at this game. I mean, wow. Mm-mm-mm. All right, so the 11 was makeable. He can go to the 8 next. Doesn't look like many balls are open for Chip's side in the pile. Looks like they're a little bit jumbled up. Now that 10-5 could possibly go once the 11 is gone. So, and I like what Chip's thinking, using the 8 to go into the bottom of the pile If long as you don't hit anything thick where you're hitting the dead bottom of it, you will get another shot in this position. So he just wants to get a nice position on the 8. Don't get on the rail or anything. That's nice. That's beautiful. You can cue it up perfect. So a little high outside, and you hit it with enough speed where it arcs a little bit, and that way you hit the outside of the 2. If you hit the inside of the 2, you're going the wrong way, and you'll be going, on there you go. You want to hit the outside of the 2, where it's going back towards Shane's side of the table, and the outside of the 2 should open balls for Chip. Oh, he missed the hole 2. Now the 7-13 may be available. It looks like that goes. Can we get that pocket cam? I can't tell how much he can cut it. Maybe it doesn't go. Maybe it doesn't go. I can't tell.
I think the 10-5, I think the 5 does pass by the 13, I believe.
Oh, does it?
If we look at the overhead, well, I don't know, man. It's good. It's tight, whatever it is.
All right, so the next time you're setting up your corner, your corner pocket cam, you want to set it up so where you're looking from the corner pocket through the spot to the side, and that's how you end up with the right angle where you can see which balls are dead. You know what I mean? So yeah, you want to be looking through the corner pocket to the side. All right, so just giving this ball up, not looking to do anything special here. I don't think he left a shot, and Shane's got a pretty big ball lead, so he's comfortable with this certainly. Oh, well, I guess it's not that big anymore, is it? Well, if I'm Chip, I'm keeping it simple. I'm pushing balls straight up the table here. Like I don't think that well, I mean, I guess he doesn't have to. He can cross the 10 and go all the way up. He can roll on top of the 8 and just pocket that ball, make it hard for Shane to move. He's got several options to keep the balls in play, but he's not really, I think it favors him more to push the balls out of play than to leave them in play for Shane. See, Shane doesn't want to do this part of the game. He doesn't want to actually push balls up the table. He wants to keep them down here where he can just run out like he did the last rack. I know that's his style of play, and Chip is more of a one pocket style player where he's willing to dink the balls around, push them up table and stuff. And, that will certainly take a rotation player out of stroke doing that. So that's the type of game I see Chip playing. Not that he won't run out if he gets a chance, but I see him taking a lot less chances on a guy so dangerous, basically. Mm. It's kind of a tough position here, isn't it? He's uh yeah, he's in a tough little spot here. He may have to roll over and touch the 8, or even that's no good. You got to defend the 3 from a 2-railer. Hmm. I wonder. No, I'm pretty sure he can't shoot through that gap. This is tough. I wonder if he could cut out the if he cut out the 9, could he hit the 10 full enough to hit it thick and bank it up the table and just only hit those 2 balls? I mean, he is behind a little bit, so taking a risk in a spot is not too bad if you could actually get out and win the game from here. So it's not a terrible risk. I like what he did. I was going to suggest that, but I wasn't sure if he could overcut that ball. Shane does have a shot. He can go ahead and shoot at the 9 and use a lot of low outside English, in this case, low right. And he should go 2 rails and get behind the 10, either hitting it towards the spot or just hitting it up the table to where his cue ball holds off the 10. But there is enough to pay attention to where it's easy to miss when you're trying to do something like that. So that's key in this shot. Don't forget what you're doing, because if you miss the shot, then that, your efforts are really no good at that point. So. So notice he didn't try to spin it. He changed his mind and just went to the center ball hit and went and bumped it up naturally. But he hit it perfect and playing for 2 now. And he doesn't have to bump those balls. The bottom one goes. Hit it great. All right. So that game is now over with.
Yeah, so just a couple of things. This is something really cool that we're doing now. Check this out, Josh. So here's our playing equipment. So SVB... his playing cue is a Q-Tech Synergy SVB Gen 1. It's 22 ounces. How crazy is that? 22 ounces. Playing with a Synergy Carbon 11.8, a Howe medium tip. His brake cue, which he's probably not using, as well as his jump cue, are both Q-Tech Breach and Propel. Chip playing with a Predator LE 3-25, or 23.5 ounces with his extension. Predator Shaft 314, Sniper medium, and of course he won't be using his brake cue or his jump cue. So here we go, 2-0 on the or 2-1 on the games. SVB up.
Oh, bad break.
Yeah, that's a rough break right there. It's not good.
All right. Well, we're gonna see some ball running here. Now, if I'm Shane, I kind of like to go below the 3 ball. See, if you go below the 3 and you get the shot to cut it in, you get to go into the pile and open the top of the pile. You got the 5 there as a saver. So I like going under the 3 and staying below it where he's cutting it to his right. Okay, he went above it. Yeah, I don't really like that because now you have to perform a combo with a ball sitting in the guy's hole. A little bit of pressure created right there, right? So, this is a lot harder than it needed to be. See, if he gets under, you bump the 9 and you open up the whole top of the pile. You got the 5 sitting there for you. All right, so we'll see what he does. He's shooting this combo, trying to get himself back in line, and he's done that well. He made it nicely. Well, now he's got the shot to go into the pile. If I'm him, I like to hit not that side of the line. I like to hit the other side of the 9, the inside of the 9 where you're going toward the 5. That way you guarantee to get the 5. If you hit the outside of the 9, it might stay there and you end up behind it somehow. I like going to the inside of that 9 because you're going to hit the 5 for sure and push it over. Yeah, you got to hit the inside of it. That's what I like. Especially hitting it at a little speed, that's definitely going to help you out. You need to hit it thick or the inside of it to have a shot, I think. He went on the outside of it, so no shot. He's no good here unless that 9-5 is okay, which it doesn't look like it is. All right, so his run may end here unless he banks this 7 ball, and it will come whether we roar. The 6 ball is there for him to keep going, and the 2 ball 10 is out in the open. So he'd have a few shots to keep going if he could make this. Okay, so it fell a little low, and he's left Chip a shot. Looks like he can cut that ball in nearest his pocket. It's off the rail just a bit, and I'm almost 100% sure Chip will shoot this. And he doesn't have an easy way to give up the 7 anyway, so shooting it is pretty much the only option at this point. I guess he should be happy that Shane didn't run out right there. I mean, having that kind of opportunity, it could have been a lot worse if that bank goes in. Well, he didn't like cutting the 8 in. Wow, I was almost 100% positive he would have shot that 8. Shane's got to feel good about that. Wow. Okay, so Shane has a way to get this out. He can just kick behind the 8, kick it toward the 6, and get it out. And not much danger of a return right here. I don't. He's not thinking about cutting this ball, is he? All right, so he kicked it out. Nice control. 4-0 on the ball count for Shane. 2-1 on the game count. And the night has started pretty quick. I mean, to say that we started at 5 and we're already on game 4, those games are rolling pretty quick. All right, lose my screen a little bit here. Sorry, I'll start talking in a minute, guys. There we go. Now we can see a little bit.
Sorry about that, Josh.
All right, so up the table they go now. I don't see any other choice. There's no stack left to protect, so they're just going to go up the table. 13 into the 8 right here. And I'm assuming the next 4 or 5 shots will be up the table, and I know Chip won't have a problem with that, and Shane certainly won't have a problem with that since he's got the ball lead and the game lead. So up the table they go. Up the table they go. No choice. Up, up, up. Shane needs to shoot the 15 into that 5. Make sure he hits it thick. He doesn't want to miss the 5 and at 15 come back down the table. All right, so the 5 went in. That's okay. All right, so like I said, all the shots are going up the table. I'm going to take a little short break, get some coffee on, get ready for the long night. Be right back.
while Josh stepped away, it looks like Shane ended up taking a foul there. No rail after contact. So going to move a ball back and leave Chip with a shot, but it didn't really hurt him as far as position goes. Chip's going to have to just chip that ball out of the way. No pun intended. And Josh is right on this. These balls are going up table.
All right, so we're back. I got my coffee brewing and it's getting ready. And I see the balls are going up the table and nothing's changed yet. So they must have been shooting them up the table. Okay, well, I still see them going up the table. There's not much else to do here but knock the ball up the table. I don't like this bank. I think he's too close to it. Either the nine needed to be out another quarter an inch, or he needed to be a quarter inch closer to twist it back from this spot. I think just a little bit too straight. Point might get in the way on this, and it did. He hit it into the point there, and that's why it hit the rail so early. But all the balls are just about up the table now, and think we'll see Shane. Well, I can't really do that either. Maybe hit the six ball and come over. I don't know. Push the 15 down. He has to be very careful about anything like that he does. If he doesn't get the cue ball back out on top in the area that it is now, he's gonna, if he leaves it like basically under the balls on that end of the table, he's gonna leave some sort of shot. So I don't like coming off the 15 or anything like that. Oh, I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he certainly left a bank on the two ball and maybe even a cut if he wants it. But I don't think. I think the bank is a lot safer and it leads to a lot more shots. The bank on that two ball there, right below the eight. Now he could actually shoot the 12 and draw over to the side rail, But I mean, I think he's so good at banking that if he were to shoot the bank and make it, he'd have the 8, 12, and 1 to get all the way back into the game here. So. And that's another reason I didn't like it. To hit it like that, you had to come down the table with the ball, basically giving him a better return shot if he didn't get a little lucky, which it looks like he did get a little lucky to not leave a bank here. All right. So Chip has to follow suit and keep push that ball up the table. Now he's going to possibly leave a 2-railer or 2 when he goes that way, if he goes that way. Oh, wait a minute. He's shooting at the bank. Got to be careful not to sell out here. If you hit a ball, you're okay. Okay. All right. I thought he was banking it for a second there. I'm definitely hearing a little music in the background now. All right, so balls are slowly but surely pushing toward the wedge area.
Can you hear it now?
Not now, no.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right, so Shane is going to follow suit. He'll cut that 1 ball over to his side and come back down the table. I don't see where he should come back down the table. He could possibly leave a bank on the 4, trying to get back down in the middle. I think he should just cut the 1 and stay over on the left side of the table. All right, so both of them willing to play this wedge game for a little bit, and Chip may have left a bank on that 4 ball that just leaked all the way out. I think that is bankable back at Shane's pocket, and he's going to take a swing at it. Could possibly have the 1 ball next. That's just above the 15 right there. It's cuttable. Oh, he overcut it badly there. And he's going to leave Chip some sort of a back cut. See, I still like the bank here. I think he should bank the 1 ball here. I think it comes with more position and more reward to bank at the 1 ball rather than shoot at a back cut like this. Bank is definitely the shot. If you can't bank the 1, the 12, or the 15, one of those is what I like. Shooting at it. Is he gonna bank at it and let the cue ball go back up the table at least? I don't like the cut because it just puts too much speed on the ball, on the object ball. Okay, so he shot at the bank. That's okay, especially if you're gonna drain it, and he hit it good. All right, it looks like he has bank on the 15. All the balls right there jumbled up. Doesn't look like any of them pass each other right there on Shane's side of the table. So therefore, it looks like the 15 could be bankable. Chip not willing to do anything. He's willing to grind him out and let him know that 4-ball lead means absolutely nothing.
And I don't know if you could hear it, Josh. Did you hear that crowd reaction?
What do you mean when he made the?
Yeah, I know the volume on our microphone is pretty low, but I mean these guys went a little crazy for that good cross bank, and these guys, there's a big crowd and they're really enjoying what they're seeing. It's really cool to see it and hear it. But this game has gotten very tough very quickly, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say tough. It's went to the up table game, which is the style of play I expected Chip to play, because this is where Shane doesn't want to be. This is trouble for him. He's going to get impatient. He's a straight shooter, so he definitely doesn't want to just let all the balls be jumbled up in the corner. He's best when the balls are out in the open and he can pretty much make anything on the table. So he definitely doesn't like this position. And Chip is totally comfortable with it. Yeah, it looks like he could have a 2-railer going to the left on the ball, top strike ball. I can't see what that is. Maybe the 12 or the 10 or something. Now he does have to kind of let the cue ball go wild a little bit into those balls. Okay, so he's not doing that. He's doing something else. Well, see, that's what I mean right there when I say Chip has the patience and is totally comfortable with his position. And Shane is gonna constantly try to shake balls loose and get a shot, which I get it. You're supposed to, but there's a time when to do it, and when you try to rush that process, you end up giving a few shots up. All right, I'm back with y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the background music. Sounds like we're on hold at an office building.
It's actually it's a lot of electronic, almost dubstep. It's all the copyright-free music. And this is getting interesting, Josh. So I didn't really get you a chance to get your take on what you thought was going to happen.
Hey, something's wrong here.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm getting like a lot of distortion when you're talking to me. I don't know. Something doesn't sound right.
Uh-oh.
It sounds normal now, but like at first when you were talking, it sounded like really loud and distorted, like it was.
Okay.
Sounds okay now, though.
1 second, Josh.
All right, so only a 3-ball lead for Shane. The balls are in the wedge position. Well, not all the way, but setting like they want to be in there, not far from it. I think Shane is actually considering a 2-rail kick on the 6-ball. You go side rail, bottom rail, kick the 6, and you go up toward the pile with the cue ball. Better make sure he doesn't miss the 6, though. Wow, how good does that dude kick? Amazing. That deserves a spot on the highlight reel. Great shot by Shane. Beautiful. All right, so Chip's got no choice but just to give this ball up. I mean, he could scratch and just give up his ball and keep Shane on 4. But, I mean, you might as well just give the ball up. It looks like he's giving this ball up. Yeah, he is. So, no, he's great. He's scratched. I don't know why I said give the ball up. He was clearly elevating. I was about to say, looks like he's not giving it up. Sorry. All right, so it's now 4-0. Shane doesn't get that ball, even though it was a very, very good shot to get it where it was. Beautiful shot by Shane. And now we got 2 balls on the spot, and Shane is checking the frozen mark to make sure these balls are lined up correctly and frozen, because he's going to shoot the force through shot. What that means is you shoot the cue ball with a lot of draw, and you force the top ball through the bottom one, and it goes toward the pocket here with a lot of draw. So, nice attempt. He controlled it well, but didn't quite get what he needed to get that 2-ball through. I thought he lined it up at too much of an angle there. Oh, wow. Big mistake by Chip right there. He kicked under that ball too deep. And so now Chip is at a -1 instead of even. He's at -1 now. So that's 2 scratches in a row for Chip. That's definitely no good. So Shane doesn't have a shot to shoot, and what happens is either the last ball closest to the rail gets spotted, or the ball closest to the head string gets spotted. I think it's the ball closest to the head string gets spotted. What is he doing? Oh, they don't know the rule. Does somebody want to tell him the rule here? He's not supposed to have to kick at one of these balls. A ball gets spotted. All right, so for those of you who are watching, the rule actually is when all the balls are behind the head string and one is not available to be spotted as far as a ball being paid, then the ball closest to the head string spots. Shane is not supposed to have to kick at this ball. So just want to put that out there. They obviously don't know it, and this is a gambling match. But Shane, as a player, is supposed to know that. He plays enough one pocket where he's supposed to. Chip certainly knows it. Let me tell you that much. So it looks like Shane's just going to try to make a good hit and kick at one of these balls, which is absolutely nuts in my opinion. He is not supposed to get punished for Chip scratching, and that's the way you have to look at it here, and he's about to get punished for Chip scratching. Not fair. Not fair at all. And that is punishment right there for not knowing the rules. Chip is at -1, by the way. He's at -1. He took 2 fouls in a row. Wow, I'm really surprised to not see anyone try to ask a ruling on that or anything. He just agreed to kick at the ball, and that was just really weird. I've seen that situation come up quite a bit in tournaments and gambling, and the rule is, I know it's either or. It's the ball closest to the rail or the ball closest to the head string that would get spotted. I know it's one or the other, but Shane certainly shouldn't have had to kick at that ball. He should have gotten a reward for Chip making a mistake, and he didn't, and that sucks. So anyway, on to the next shot now. Chip has a way to get off of, and he did. He hit it good, and he may have earned himself a nice little bank on this 4 or the 2 ball, whichever one that is at the top of the table right in front of the cue ball there. He's going to have to tighten it up just a hair, and this is a long reach shot, so even with the extension, he's going to have to overhand this one and shoot it bridge style. That's why I have a very long extension. When I get these shots, I can still reach across the table the normal way, because I hate the bridge. Shooting the dart stroke is just not my stroke. All right, so Chip on the even now after making that ball. He has to keep in mind that that ball spots. So if he shoots this and like holds a cue ball anywhere in that area and he doesn't make it, Shane's gonna have a shot at his pocket. So, and I'm sure somebody will tell Shane the ruling of when he kicked at that ball. Somebody will tell him later, and he'll realize that kind of made a mistake right there, not calling that, because he certainly wasn't supposed to get penalized for Chip scratching. I know I've said that 8 times already, but I'm just kind of surprised to see it with 2 top guys like this. I figure they know the rule. And anyway, Chip played safe, got down the bottom rail. Still a lot of up table game going on here. Can't rush that. No banks available. Doesn't look like. Looks like the 5 is covering up to 6. Maybe the 4 ball might be available. You got to watch out with the cue ball, though. It's gonna get moving. That's why he didn't shoot it, and he hit the wrong side of the 4 ball a little bit. I'm sure that wasn't on purpose, but no harm, no foul. All right, so I don't know if Chip is going to go aggressive here. This 5 is cuttable, but slightly elevated over the ball where he can't center ball it. He has to use a lot of left-hand English to even, keep himself from being jacked up, hitting more of a level cue stroke here, but it looks like he's looking at the spot to make it anyway. So here we go. Chip, a lot of left spin, trying to level cue this with. Okay, he's got more of the cue ball than I thought. Still overcut it with that extra left spin that he had to put on it. And Shane will have an easy opportunity to remove this ball. I like kicking this one. I like kicking it. Either 2 or 1 rails is fine, but the kick provides the length on the cue ball. When you shoot straight into the ball, you kind of bring the cue ball out a lot, where they have a lot more options for banks, and can hit them way more accurately when they're not near the rail, less distance. So I definitely like kicking this ball rather than banking it out. See where the cue ball went, see how far it came out. And that's why I didn't like that. Okay, so Chip certainly has a shot at the 5 at least. And it looks like the 6 ball does have a pocket, but that's going into the danger zone, into the balls that are on Shane's side. So definitely don't want to do that. All right, 2 reeler on this ball. It's just a little bit short there, and Chip's going to have a return. Now he has to watch out for that corner pocket. It does have a line, and it's all the balls that are sitting near Shane's upper corner there, kind of funneling the cue ball into that wedge in there. So he has to be very careful not to get caught on that line. Notice he put a lot of inside on that, and see how the cue ball still got funneled over there. But he has left Shane enough to get under the 2 ball and kick it out. So shouldn't be too much of an issue here for him. Just a smooth medium kick, little bit of inside spin. You don't want to load this up because you get up under too far and you'll scratch. Obviously, Chip showed that that's possible here. And he didn't get up under it far enough, but good enough. That is good enough. Definitely is good enough. All right, so Chip has a few options. None of them come without danger. And he can't just go and hide up in the corner with the 4 ball sitting there. Now, I wonder if he could kick the 9 and defend easily, like just soft kick, lay on the 9, and that would certainly defend the 4 ball or the 4 ball. And it would keep Shane off of the 5. Now he could actually 2-rail that 2 ball and try to float down in there, but then you're not you don't have as much accuracy with where you're going with the cue ball there. Well, Chip took a swing at it, didn't quite cut it enough. He didn't leave Shane anything. Looks like he has to duck. I think he's got to just come off the side of the 1 and come on down below the 5 here. You can hit the side rail or just straight down. Either one's fine. He chose to hit the side rail. And notice what he did with the 1. He put it back over there into the wedge area back on his side to make it not easy to return. Now Chip should be putting this 2 ball on the spot and going down into those balls now. Just like that. Beautiful shot. Now he's gotten 2 balls in play. He's defended the 2 railers and he's left nothing. So good shot for Chip there. See what Shane does with this. I think you'll have to either thin the 13 and come 2 rails all the way down below the balls, or just thin 1 and get on the back of one of those balls and see what Chip does. Which I don't think he really wants to do that. He's going to get the bad end of it. If you look at the way the balls lay, a couple of them are kind of facing Chip's pocket, where if he were to make just a little bit of a mistake, Chip would have a shot to put him in worse trouble. All right, so he tried to do what I said. He thinned that 13 and went 2 rails, but he didn't quite go far enough. Chip's going to have a shot at that ball on the spot. That's the 4 ball. Yeah, he's definitely got a shot at this ball. Good shot, Chip. Hit that one, no problem. He's gotten himself elevated over those balls, making this not an easy hit. And, you know, it kind of lays pretty good to scratch if you were to mishit it a little bit where you hit rail first. That cue ball would spread all the way out to that corner. And he got a bad result. He hit it thick and he left the shot, and Shane's going to be able to shoot this. All right, so he's cutting this 5 in. He'd like to be able to just get all the way down there and open those balls up. I wouldn't be surprised to just see him let that cue ball go on down in there and just disturb some stuff. All right, so he's put one on the spot, and it looks like he may have gotten to that 1 ball. Oh, no, he threw his hands up, so he must not have gotten to it. Well, I mean, you know, at the very least, he could free that 1 ball up just a bit, just come off the side of it, push it up a little bit, and come all the way down the table to defend the ball that he accidentally made. The one comes up because he sent his cue ball down in there, so he'll have to defend against that. All right, so now Chip's coming to the table, and I don't think he's gonna do anything with this. Push it up. He banked it over there towards the clutter. Keep Shane off of any banks that might be available. Pretty good bank by Shane. Nice lag bank. I don't know what I was thinking. I was off in the days. I should have been explaining that shot. And yeah, great shot by Shane there. All right, so 5-1. Ball's still in a wedge position, and Shane is actually proving me wrong. He's showing quite a bit of patience in this situation, and I guess it's a little bit easier to show patience when you're ahead on the ball lead. And you know, it's a little bit easier to be patient when you're the guy that has that lead, and so that'll definitely help. I think Shane's got to go ahead and cut Oh, he's looking at kicking something. This could be bad. Could be good too, but he's got to be very, very careful with the kicks, especially on this angle. This is a funny angle too. He's kicking at this 5. All right, well, he hit it pretty well. At least a lot better than I would have. Whoa. All right, so Chip just went ahead and played safe on the shot. Hey, Steven, we're getting that problem again. A lot of snowy sound noise.
Let me see what I can come up with. Give me just a minute, Josh. I'm about to take your screen away for just a second.
Holy crap, I can hear everything.
What do you mean?
Like I can literally hear the pool hall. I can hear like the sound of the pool hall now.
Oh. All of a sudden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's loud.
Give me just a minute.
All right, so they're just keeping on playing safe here and keeping those balls. Shane protecting his lead. So he's just gonna be patient and just allow Chip to try to move balls out into play and try to get 1 or 2. And, you know, like that 10 ball, now he can go ahead and bank at that ball that just came out. He can cross this ball and let his cue ball float right into that 11-1. Great shot by Shane. Beautiful. Good thing it went because he actually did sell out a shot for Chip straight in the hole. So it went in. And now Shane has got 6. Oh, that's no good. Shot that a little wide. All right, so Chip just playing safe, just pushing it up the table there. No problem. Nice shot by Shane. Good bank. Beautiful.
You still hearing everything? You can hear the crowd noises, the cheers and all that?
It's more so when you chime in is when I can hear it. Like when you talk to me, I guess I can hear it through your microphone.
Through my headset. Okay, I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, now it's back to where it's kind of quiet, as in the music had stepped up a couple of notches before. I don't know if you had turned it up or whatever, but it's okay now. It's better.
How about now? Can you still hear it?
No, I can't hear anything now. All I can hear is just me and you. It's quiet again.
Cool.
Perfect. All right, so Shane only needing 1 ball now. Chip is trying to get balls in play, so he's slowly destroying that wedge and starting to knock balls in play, which he kind of should have been doing before a little bit. You know, he should have been kind of putting them in play. Okay, well, the balls on the spot got opened, and this is a treat for Chip. He's got a bank on the 5, the 11-9 goes, the 15 goes. I mean, you got to bank this 5 ball here. drained it. Beautiful shot by Chip. All right. So now he's playing for 6. He's got 2 balls. He needs to pocket one of these to really get in the game. If he can get any one of these shots, that will get him to the rest of them. I mean, as far as these couple that are down here, down the table. So just any one of these just to get it started, really. It's just a long, tough starter shot right here. All right, so he's overcut it a lot, and Shane is pretty much going to be out of the trap here. Now, if I'm Shane, I go ahead and get the balls out of trouble. I'm going to shoot the 15 and shoot it directly into the 11 and clear balls out. But he's going to play aggressively and bank the 9, try to bank the 9 in between the 11, 15. Just mind your cue ball is the key here. Don't lose the cue ball. All right, so he overcut it and just about made the 11. Got it very close to his pocket. And Chip's going to have to kick that one out or try to thin it and bank it out of there. Definitely don't want to leave the cue ball down here. I mean, it looks like that 12 ball's in a good spot to defend any short rail banks that might be easily made, but still, bad things can happen when you leave a player like Shane near the balls. Okay, he tried to kick cross it. He's given up this game. It would be better for him to scratch right there. At least Shane wouldn't have an easy shot. All right, so there you go. 9 ball for the game. 3-1 score after this 9 ball. And 3-1 score. Start the next game. All right, 5th game. I'll let Steven make a few announcements. All right, so there is the next break. The score is 3-1. Whenever Steven gets back, he will adjust the score. I don't have any control over that, so you can just bear with us until we can get that corrected. There he is. There's an update for you. All right, so almost halfway through with the day for Shane. One more and he'll be halfway home on the race to 8 for the day. And for those of you who are just tuning in, this is Josh Roberts commentating for Omega TV. And hope you all enjoy the show.
Josh, just want to make sure I had the score correct, right?
Yes, it's 3-1 Shane. Yes.
Thank you so much. I was doing some announcements. We're going to do a break and run contest later tonight for a free year of Omega TV, so they get to hear your wonderful commentary for the next year for free if they can break and run on this table. It's going to be tough.
What are the specs for this table with the pocket size?
It's 4.25 and it's new, but still slightly worn cloth. It's a couple weeks old, so it's not brand new where it's super slick and slidey, but it is.
That's actually perfect. That's perfect conditions.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's what I recommend. About 2 to 3 weeks of play is about a perfect one pocket table, because you don't want it to be too worn where funny things are happening, but you want it to be worn enough to where the slide isn't getting you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so Shane made a nice shot. He went ahead and thinned the ball and two railed to the back of the pile. So now Chip, it looks like he's about to attempt a two rail kick on the 11, but careful, if he hits the bottom of it too good, then he'll leave a shot on the 5. See, he almost left it right there. Like he may still have. Like I can't. If he would have hit just a little bit more at the bottom of that 11, he would have left a good piece of the 5 to bank it if he hasn't already. Right. So Shane is considering other shots. So obviously, it doesn't look that good for him. All right. So if the ball isn't available to bank, I like thinning the 11 and going two rails toward the back of the pile here. He put minimal speed on the 11 and almost maximum speed on the cue ball. Like basically the 11 barely will move, and the cue ball will go two rails all the way to the good side of the pile. Now he may have something more simple to do. Can we get the overhead and see what it looks like from up top? Okay, so he can't do much with that 3 ball. Looks like he has to maybe bank it toward the pile or try to bank the 12 into the bottom of the 2. Yeah, I didn't like that too much. I didn't like that too much. On side position with that shot. Now, what Chip does have, he can actually bank this 11 and use the side of the stack as a net. Like, you don't want to hit the 6 ball, you want to hit the 7. See how he pointed his cue? He wants to hit the bottom of the 7, and the stack of balls will act as a net for the cue ball. The reason why you don't want to hit the 6 is because you can hit the side of it past the 7 and maybe give up a shot. So you definitely want to go into the 6 here. Into the 7, sorry. I said it the first time. Great shot by Chip. It's got a lot of cover. 15 sitting by his hole. Kind of bloomed the balls out towards his side very nicely. So looks good for Chip from here. Now Shane's gonna have to figure out how not to give up a shot or actually just give this ball up. And it looks to me like the 4 ball is slightly at of that 15, where maybe he could punch it in there and remove it, or cut just the top of the 15, sending the 4 over and the 15 up. It looks like he has a few options with that 4 ball setting right there. That's the only option I see, is trying to use the 4 ball to move the 15. It looks like to me he has to cut it a little bit to his left with his cue ball going towards the 7 to touch to hit the top of the 15, and he'd have to cut it the opposite way to get it to hit the back of the 15. So basically this is not a stop shot type of position. Yeah, I don't like this. He's looking at coming off the 8, and maybe he's going to draw back to where he is now and use that. Okay, well, he stayed up in the pile. I guess that's sort of okay. You know, he didn't leave anything simple or to do, really, but I mean, I don't know. I think if I'm Chip, I might have to get that bridge out and reach out and just cut the 11 over towards the pocket and let the cue ball float up by the 6-1 area. I think Chip may just take a foul here. He has to be very careful of that, though. Nice shot. He wedged him in there. And Shane's gonna have no choice but to follow suit, take a foul here. Like he doesn't have a choice. All right, so to keep in mind, Chip does not play 3 foul, and I'm almost positive.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Just a little heads up. So they actually, they are playing 3 foul. I think there was a discrepancy. Shane wanted it, Chip didn't. They flipped a coin, and Chip lost. So they are playing 3 foul. Which is way out
surprising.
It's way out of bounds for Chip because he normally doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't play 3 foul. He usually doesn't, so that's really surprising that he went for that. Usually Chip won't play if they're playing 3 foul because he's the guy that likes to take a lot of fouls in the stack.
Yeah.
When you get in a bad spot, and certainly that's part of his game. His other players won't do that even if it's available. You know what I mean? So that's definitely part of his game. I feel like that's more of an advantage for Shane because he doesn't play that way. He's never going to try to take more than on purpose, if that makes sense. Now, I like what he did there. He was able to remove both balls and get him away from the pocket and like behind them where Chip can't really put him in a bad spot. Now he does have this available. He can come off that 3 ball and try to go 2 rails onto the back of the 11-13. That could be available. Matter of fact, I kind of like that. It looks like more like a natural kind of line. Okay, so no, he's just keeping it simple. He's not going to try anything. All right, so Shane really doesn't have much to do here. Nothing offensive. All he can do is just start pushing him up the table. I don't see anything aggressive that he can do and actually protect himself or get safe here. I think he has to follow suit, push the balls up the table. Maybe shoot the 6 and up the table and draw to the bottom rail off that 6 ball, or the 4 ball, excuse me, the 4 ball. Shoot the 4 into the 7 and get below it that way. Clear a ball from Chip's side. Actually, the 7 is the one that's most makeable from up the table. And I can't tell if that combo is close to wired for Chip's side, the 1-5. No, it's not. Oh, that's the 9-5, not the 1-5. But no, it's not. So Shane's not really in a good position to hit the 14-3 or the 14-3. I don't like that. I think he's got to shoot the 4 ball into the side of the 7 and draw below the 14-5 is what I like. Looks like he's following. He's going to get himself in some trouble here. See, that didn't help him. That only helped Chip. That's why I said he wasn't in a good position to move that. He only opened balls for Chip where they didn't go at first. That was definitely not much of a productive shot for Shane. The 4 was certainly more productive. He could have shot the 4 into the side of the 7, banking the 7 ball back toward the pile, and leaving Chip below the balls, not taking one off of his side instead of opening balls to his side. So a little bit of a mistake there by Shane. All right, so Shane can easily come off the bottom of that. Is that the 4? No, it's not the 4. I don't know what that is. I can't tell what it is. But that ball he's shooting at right now, you can come off the bottom of that and hit the side rail and get below the balls that way. Like that. And notice what he did with it. He shot it in to take it off of Chip's side, put it back in neutral zone. All right, so Chip can shoot the one ball and maybe get on the back of the 6, it looks like to me. Okay, so he didn't try to get on the back of the 6. He just laid it right there, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Now, does Shane have the bank at the one ball where he can swing the cue ball 3 rails behind the pile here? He doesn't see it, but it's there. The 4 is not in the way, and it certainly has a free 3 rail line to come around behind the balls there. I think he's looking at it now. And yeah, see, he's looking at shooting that one ball and coming around 3 rails below the 4 ball and on around 3 rails behind the cue ball, behind the 7-15 area. I think that's the shot we'll see right here. He's looking like he wants to shoot this. He just needs to make sure he hits it with enough speed for the cue ball to get all the way over to the Chip side rail. If he doesn't, he'd be selling out if it doesn't go. So that's really just the key in my book, is shooting this with enough speed to get it all the way back home. Doesn't seem comfortable with the shot. I think he changed his mind instead, and he's looking like he just wants to bank it and just try to keep him off the 7 ball and stay out in the middle. It's kind of what he was pointing at. I don't really recommend that. I think you got to do the right thing with the cue ball. Good things will happen. Okay, hit it just a little bit thick, and all right, didn't quite get all the way down there. He's gonna leave a bank on this 11 ball. This is actually a free bank for Chip, and it carries with it a safety. He can hit this with some inside or outside. He can hit this with a high ball outside and go 1 rail and hit the bottom of that 14 and be behind 3 balls without going all the way over behind the other balls. See, because if you go up by the 12-8 area, then you may end up with no shot if you happen to make the bank here. And this is a good enough bank where you should feel like you got a good chance to make this. So don't hide the cue ball here. And he did not get it in. Shane's going to have to kick this one or use the 3 to make it. And with the 11 ball in that position, I don't recommend using the 3. I think you got to kick it. Because if you use the 3, you might hit it too thick and the 3 ball stays, and then you're in trouble. All right, so Shane went on and banked the 3 ball. Beautiful shot by Shane, and now he's out of the hole, so that puts him at even. And he's already shot once. He's going to shoot something, either the bank on the 7 or the cut on that 13 ball, I think it is, 13 or the 9. He's shooting here. He's definitely not trying to play safe. The safety is still available. He could still kick the 11 in if he wanted to, but he's not. He's definitely going to shoot this. Oh, did not get a reward. 15's too deep of a cut. Can't reach it. And he can't just give up the 11 any kind of way, because now the 15 is available for a bank should he leave it, the cue ball, in that position. So terrible. Well, I'm not going to say a terrible position for Shane, but this is a bad position for Shane. He does not want to be in this spot, because now he may be forced to have to try to cut this 15 ball in, just because of, you know, the danger. Like, you can't, I mean, like, he'd have to get the, in order to get safe making the 11, he would have to get the cue ball all the way over under the 15, or get it up behind the 7 where Chip couldn't see the 14. So Shane is cutting this ball. Drained it. What a shot. Wow. And he ended up with a shot on the 1 ball. And can't tell whether that 6-10 is lined up or 6-12, whatever that is up top right there by the side. But the 1 ball definitely goes. The 14 goes. Okay, so he's looking at breaking it up. I kind of figured he would have played for the 14, just because if you move the 14, then the combo goes and the 8 will go as well. So it would open up quite a few balls if he were to just play shape on the 14 and get on the rest of the balls that way. But I can't really tell if the 8 passes that 4 ball, but it looks like to me it does. So we'll see. This is no hanger, by the way. We can't just assume that this is automatic. This is not automatic. And then he's trying to use inside spin, which I really don't like it. I think he should just make the shot, really. Make the shot, get on the 14. Much easier ball. And that's what he did. He made the shot, got on the 14. Oh, and he didn't get on the rail. He's actually got on the 7 as well. He can cut the 7 in. But if you cut the 7, the problem is if you cut the 7 ball, then you don't end up with a shot, really. I think you should shoot the 14 and try to go into the 8-12. Shooting the 7 ball, then you're going all the way back up above the 8, won't pass the 14. So you're basically stopping your run here if you shoot the 7 now. I think you got to shoot the 14 and either come to the 7 or go right into the 8-12, and you'll have the 4 next. It's a mistake cutting the 7 ball. You're not going to get another shot unless you're just going to make the 11 for him and be cool with that. It's going to be tough to have another shot after this. Wow, did he get the gap? I think he got the keyhole. I don't know, in my opinion, that was pretty lucky that he got the keyhole gap. And he still has to remember that Chip has the ball in his pocket and a ball spots. So he's going to be putting 2 balls directly in Chip's possession if he doesn't make this. Yeah. So he's not out of the woods, even though he's ran 5 balls. All that will be for nothing if he just allows Chip to go ahead and shoot. And I know he's not in a good position to give him the 11 ball at this moment. but certainly going to be a big turnaround if he were to miss one of these balls. Well, like I said, if he were to miss one of these balls, he would be in trouble, but he didn't. So he got a nice reward out of this. So he can just go ahead and shoot this 10 and float into the 4-8, opening those up, and he'll have the 14 next. And from there, it's just tic-tac-toe, keeping your cue ball out of trouble. He's only playing for 3. Just like that. So he pushed it right out of the way. Now you just pop out for the 4-ball 1 rail, just like that. No problem there. All right, Chip will give him this ball, and he has, and it is 4-1. Shane halfway home. He has hit the halfway mark for the night to win the night. Chip better go ahead and answer him quick. Looks like Chip got his cue on the table as if he's going to take a short player break. We're going to take a break with him, and we'll be right back. Back at it. Racking the balls up quickly, and we'll see what break looks like.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on here. Josh, did you hear any of the commotion? We just announced our next match here for the Rockin Cue. We're still waiting on a flyer, but it's going to be awesome. October 17th through the 19th is it's going to be SVB versus Jason Shaw playing 9-ball.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna.
Who y'all got for that?
Well, I think that would be you, sir.
I'm getting the 9-ball ones too. All right, I'm cool with that.
I don't know. I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm sure we'll find out.
Well, I mean, don't think I'm just a one-trick pony. I can commentate all games.
I feel you on that one. We know you. We love you here at Omega, so we'll make sure to get you in on that. Look at this break right here. This is an interesting break.
Yeah, he's got to be real careful because you see the position of the 7-6. He can easily shoot at the 7 and have enough to cut that 6-ball in should he leave it on the side rail and not get down below the balls there. Oh, he's coming around 3 rails. Watch the cue ball. Watch it. He's going to sell out here. And he did. Yeah, he sold out. Now, it's important to watch. You see where it's gotten, right? He's going to have to go into the 7. So he's either going to have to power draw this or force follow it going forward. And I don't think he's going to get around the balls. Doesn't look like he can get around the balls. That's why he's looking at the 4-ball bank. He's seeing that if he shoots the 6, we have a shot to... What? Am I confused? Did he not see the 6-ball sitting there? Wow. I don't think Chip saw the 6-ball sitting there.
I think it. So I'm watching the reaction. I think there's some confusion on. I don't know. I'm looking at
Chip did not see the 6-ball sitting there. 100% he didn't see the 6 sitting there. He couldn't have.
That's wild.
Yeah, he couldn't have seen it sitting there. There's no way you're going to pass up a straight-in shot. You got to make the ball and then move, right? You got to take the ball. You don't just do what he just did and not take the ball. Yeah, I'm going to stick up for Chip on this one and say that he 100% didn't see that ball, and he was... It's happened to us all where you get focused on defense and you know what I'm saying, a guy leaves you a shot and you're so worried about looking at getting out of the trap you don't see it. But look at this. Something has popped his head out, and it looks like Chip's got a bank on this 4-ball. And can we get that pocket cam and see what the 8-14 looks like up top? Oh, it's off angle a little bit. It's not going to go. 13's in the way, but the 6 is available. The 12 will go. up top. So he's got a bunch of balls that will go should he make this bank. And he did. He got it out there. He got to the 6th ball. So now he's going to have to, he actually could go into the pile here, but I don't like that. I like coming all the way around. That's just better. You get the balls that are open. So he's going to go 3 rails in between the pile and that one stripe that's on SVB side. So 3 rails back to the balls up top. Nice speed on it. Nice speed. All right, so he's got right on the 50-yarder kind of line where he can cut either ball. And I like shooting the 15. I think it's easier to play shape. I think he can shoot the 15 and draw back up to the 12. I mean, he could go back and forth on the 12, but I think you got to let the cue ball go a little too fast to shoot that one. This one's a lot more controllable, even if you don't want to go to the 12, which he did easily, no problem. He went to the 12, and Chip is running some balls. All right, so that's 3 for Chip down and shooting his 4th ball. And we'll expect a bank next. That stripe ball that's on Shane's side, he'll be banking at that next. Well, right now, as a matter of fact. So if he makes this bank, he'd be looking to push one of the balls into the pile. Whichever one he could hit and get froze to the back of one is the one he'd like to move. If he made the bank, which he didn't. Obviously, it must not have been enough room. That ball fell way down, so it looks like he just shot it to protect it. Now, Shane may have a shot to shoot this 13 and clear the 12 if it'll go past the 14, and he could draw upward towards the 11. And that looks to be what he's doing. I see where he just pointed his cue. That's where he wants the cue ball to go. He's going to shoot that 13. Careful not to hit the 8, but it looks like he's going to shoot the 13 and try to clear the 12 out with it and create some openings for himself. Maybe even get lucky. Who knows? It might go 2 rails off the bottom of the 12 and at his pocket. Depends on how he hits it. Let's see. Shoot the 13 off of that 14 and try to get it going towards the pocket. And just play the cue ball nicely and expect Chip not to cut the 12. That may be what he's looking at, where he's pointing his cue. I guess he's looking to see how good of a shot he would leave Chip on the 12 if he were to draw it up the side rail there. Careful of the cue ball. He made a nice shot. He opened up a little something on his side and got Chip to pay attention to something else. So, to tell you the truth, I kind of like Chip maybe a soft kick on the 14 and just try to lay it on the rail, and that should stop the bank on the 12 and anything else. It should stop the offensive play, or at least not. It ain't gonna stop it, but it should slow it down as far as leaving a bank on that. I think he would be all right just soft kicking that 14 ball, whatever that is, in the lower rail there. Now he's looking at banking the 13 into the 14. Nice shot. Use the pile. Beautiful shot there. What a shot that was. That was a nice shot, man. It was well executed. He hit it great. And then the camera hit us with the slow motion walk off. He hit that one good. Yeah, it's like a movie there on slow motion. All right, so Shane, I don't think the 8 ball will bank, and a little bit hard to get to that 12. He may have to thin the 13 ball and get under the 12 to defend here. I don't know what he's looking at. Is he going to bank the 9? Oh, he hit the 12. Wow. That's pretty good shot there. I did not know that was available. Maybe it's probably because I can't do that. I don't think I would have had that kind of luck. All right, so okay, what does Chip do now? This is tough. If he can cut the 7 upward towards the 1, he could easily go under that ball that Shane just put over there, the 9, whatever that is over there. So it's no good though. He put a whole nother ball over there. That kind of sucks for Chip. Now Shane could take that 15 out with no problem, especially being that the 13 doesn't bank with the 2 balls on Shane's side sitting there blocking that side rail area. That would stop any banks that might have went for the 13. Is Shane considering banking that 13 in the bottom of the 9? I think he could spin behind the 12 off of that 14. It's a little bit of low left spin back there. I get beautiful shot there. Now Chip's not in any trouble because nothing goes on the bottom rail, right? So he's not really in any trouble. Now the 13 would go if the cue ball leaked out. But I think Shane will be the first one to leak it out. We'll see. Oh, okay. All right, they may both be frozen here. If they're not frozen, Chip will do a similar shot. If they are frozen, Chip may still do a similar shot and just take a foul here. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. This is no good. He's left Shane a bank. He pushed the 12 up too far or either not far enough. Shane's going to shoot this. Oh, wow, he didn't shoot it. He must not have liked something that he seen in there. That is quite surprising. I can't believe he didn't shoot that. Okay, well, Chip is still not out of the woods here. He's got some work to do. He can't just kick at the 9 because the 13 is there for the banking. So he actually has to shoot the 13 upwards toward the 7 and still not leave enough to cut the combo in. So he may have to consider thinning this ball and maybe letting his cue ball float into the 7. Okay, well, I like that. That's a nice shot. Definitely a nice shot. I guess I didn't consider that one. Very nice shot by Chip. All right, so Shane doesn't have many shots here. He really liked to just find a way to defend the position that he has. I mean, he's in a very good position. The 7-9 is lined up pretty good. He's got a big wall of balls in the middle of the table. I think he should be looking for a shot to duck. Like, you shouldn't be looking for anything on here. Here's the table. Can he shoot the 14 and go all the way upstream? Can he shoot the 5 ball, like cut the 5 ball toward the spot, or the 3 ball, cut it toward the spot and go across and float upward, toward those 2 balls that way? I mean, he'd like to block the 7 and the 9 from Chip being able to remove it with all the balls that are in the middle of the table. That is a huge wall of balls all spaced out to help Shane with the defensive side of it. And I think that he could actually shoot the 3 ball, get past the 4 with the cue ball, and get the cue ball on the side rail, on the left side rail, while crossing the 3 back towards the 8 spot area. That's what I like. Okay, that's what he did. He overcut it. Oh, be careful of the scratch. Oh, that's why I was talking about. He overcut it way too much. He should have hit it thicker. That way you're hitting the bottom rail there. And I'm sure it looked like he was trying to force it over and get all the way to the side rail. And he really didn't have that angle. All right, so now Chip has a ball in hand. The 14 is right there. If he could stop his ball, that'll give him the 3 ball next, and it'll remove the 3 ball from the 8 balls line, which that ball would be available next, and the 12-5 are down there, and obviously the 7 ball banks as well. And so were he to get in trouble and couldn't play shape, he'd have a bank available as well. Oh, wow. Wow, he punched it forward. He forgot to play shape. And he may be taking a soft kick on the 9 here just to get out of this. He may be able to cross the 9. He may be able to cross the 9 ball here. I wish we could get a view of his of Shane's pocket. Yeah. Okay, no, he kicked at it. I don't blame him. Keep the ball lead. You know, Shane can finish the whole rack if you leave him a shot. Just take your 1 ball. Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do on that first shot. Like, I would assume that he would have just stopped his ball right there and play for another shot. I don't know what happened there. All right, so Shane did a similar shot, and that's kind of what he was trying to do the first time, forced it into that side rail. And he's left Chip a clear shot at the 7-9, so he'll be able to clear those 2 out of the pocket and leave him somewhere in the bottom rail area. Oh, he didn't get the 7 out. He hit it too thick, didn't get the 7 out, but he may have gotten lucky. It looks like the 7 could have gotten on a kiss line. Something else to do is force All right, here we go. 4-2.
All right, and wow, what a turnaround there. So current score 4-2, and we're moving right along, Josh. Man, this has been a great match so far. It's kind of been some back and forth. Shane got really got a good start, and looks like Chip's on the comeback now. I think he's settled in a little bit more. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. There's the break, and it's looking like the 9 ball. Looks like Chip can just kick the 9 out and stay right there, kicking the 9 toward the pile with a little speed. Looks like he's got a clear kick at it. Is he looking at? Maybe he's considering banking at this 5 ball or 3 ball. No, it's the 3 ball, and coming around 3 rails. And I mean, the shot is there, but there's really no protection. Like, I mean, if you underbank it or something, like if I'm Chip, I almost try to bank this into the stack rather than overcut it and get it going toward the pocket. Okay, no, he didn't try to get all the way out of play here. I don't understand what he was doing with the cue ball there. I figured, if you're gonna take that risk, why not? I don't know. No, like he kind of gave Shane a free shot. This 1 ball, the cue ball is gonna float right across top of the pile and get over behind the 3 here. He wouldn't even sell out if he missed this unless he just got the speed wrong. Just get over to the other side of the table with a roll and you're good. I mean, yeah, I don't quite understand what Chip was doing with his cue ball there. It seemed like he got in between on the shot. Anyway, he's got a good shape on the 9. He's gonna shoot next. I'd like to get above the 6 where I'm cutting the 6 in and going into the bottom rail and into the pile. Kind of what I like. I'll tell you what, the 13-12 isn't that far off. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of slow motion action here. Steven, are you there? All right, so he got on the top side of it, going into the pile here. Wow, opened them all up. Beautiful shot. That's a 12, shooting straight in. All right, so he just wants to shoot the 12 and just draw into the 4, leaving the strike ball next. The 10. Oh, he jumped over it. What a shot. Great shot by Shane. Jumped over everything. Ended up with a nice shot. He may run the rest of this rack out. Shane playing for 4, and all 4 of them sitting right there. All right, so 11 ball, the 8 goes. I think the 5 goes as well. So he's got a lot of options here. Now, if I'm him, I don't try to go behind the 3 or anything. I stick to the middle of the table here. You don't want to try to be, you know, want to get yourself in a bad position here. So playing for 2, so he doesn't have to worry about the 5. He can just make the 8 and get on this 13 ball right there. Nice shot. And straight in on the next one. Chip will probably give it to him, and if he doesn't, that's fine. Sure, he doesn't have a problem with this one. Wait a minute. 4, 8 on the table. Does Chip have any balls? No, he doesn't have any balls. It's just Shane's out ball. Yeah, that's it. All right, so 5-2 on the score. Back to you, Steven. All right, so here's the break. Oh, we got a bad little kiss there. All right, not too bad. I mean, Shane's going to be able to put him in a trap here off this 11 ball. He's going to be able to shoot the 11, stick him to the 4, and basically, like, glue him to the back of the 4, and maybe even push the 5 over with this. Like, a lot of bad things can happen for Chip here. This is definitely no good for Chip, this break. All right, so Chip can just come off that 6 ball and get below the 5 here. Just careful of the scratch. You don't really want to draw it. You just want to get your regular 90-degree tangent line with a little soft cut. You can open up a few balls to Shane's side, but you got to get out of this. Okay. So. This is a little bit tough right here. It's got a couple of options. I like, let's see. What do I like? Man, this is tough. Really, I would be normally I would be trying to get into the stack here, but I don't know, the way it lays, it's just a little funny to try to do that, and you have to protect the 5 because it'll bank. So you really have to. And this is a funny little spot for Shane. It's really hard to defend his 5 ball. Now, I guess he could go upstream as long as he didn't leave the 8, but I don't like that. Don't have a big pocket to bank the 1 in. Kind of have to shoot it offline to get the result with the cue ball that you need, or hit it way too hard. I don't know. This is definitely a touchy spot. I don't know. I might consider taking a foul here or something. I don't know. I don't know. I know I don't say that often, but this is a touchy little situation here. I wonder if he could curve around that ball right in front of him and just cross the 8 off of his side. Like just cross right over the face of the 8 and kind of float up towards the 14. Just softly, just, try to get it to maybe hit the 4 or just very softly float over there in that area. He sold out. He's left Chip a cut shot at the 8. And I'm almost certain that he will shoot it. Yeah, you let that cue ball float up just a little bit. And, trying to protect the 5 and defend the balls that were on Chip's side, I think he was actually in trouble. He was in a funny spot right there where he almost had to, just draw the cue ball down to the bottom of the rail. Chip still may have shot it. but definitely shooting this, cutting this 8 ball in. Might run into the 7, open the pile. That's what he did. Chopped it in. Watch out, dead ball. Might be a dead ball right there in the middle of the pile. It is dead, actually. It is. Chip's got to hit it like he's cutting the 12 in, I think, to make it. He's got to shoot it like he's cutting it in. But it is dead, so he just needs to mine the cue ball. I think that he would probably go 2 rails and use the 5 to hold up like that. And got a lot of cut on the 11, but it is manageable. And again, I'm using a ball to hold up. I'd probably go into the 1 here. I mean, you could try to go into the 9. If you go on the wrong side of it, you still have the 14 and 5 over there to save you. So he has a few options here. But, I mean, mainly you just want to make the ball. And he did. He made the ball nicely. It appears that he's got a shot on that ball near the spot. If he does, he may go ahead and go straight to the 9, 1 rail to the 9 here. Don't want to go behind the 5 and get stuck. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good speed there. And now he's got the proper angle to slide on over to the 5 and 14 ball. Let's see here. Is that 5, 11? So 4 balls have been made. All right.
Sorry about that, Josh. Hopefully that fixes your issue.
Okay. I think he only needs 2 now. There's only a 9 on the table. Let's see, 4, 9 on the table. Chip needs 2 balls, so he's got 6. Unless Shane has 1, Chip has 6. And he's straight in on this ball. He may go ahead and go to the 2 right here. Okay, didn't quite get there, but the 7 ball is still bankable, and the cue ball looks like it's going just right for a safety. And the combo's available, actually. That's actually even better. Oh, he sold out anyway. Man. All right, so Chip needs 1 ball. All right, so Shane's running some balls here now. Yeah, it's jumping around. Steven, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
I think you might have to drop me back down to the smaller screen, like it's jumping around, getting in slow-mo and everything.
Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, let me know if you have any other issues, Josh.
Yeah, I got you.
Thanks, brother.
All right, so he's going to have this other ball next, the one that's on the side rail. Oh, my God, he missed a ball. Can't believe it. He missed a ball. Man. All right, so I mean, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be surprised to see Chip kick this thing near the rail. It is almost as if this ball was hanging in the pocket position. It is a big, big ball to kick, and I wouldn't be surprised if she. I mean, like he can't lose the game by shooting at it. He can't hit it that bad. I think that he can kick this ball in. That's what he's looking at. He's gonna kick this one. He's gonna kick this ball in long rail just as if Shane hung a ball or something like that. And it's really at this point, it's really a good shot. He can win the game off of this shot. I like it. Oh, he hit it absolutely terrible though. I wonder if the table rolls off like normally, kicking a ball like that, most one pocket players are going to be able to hit that ball full 9 out of 10 and at least hang it. And I know that's probably what he was thinking. That's what I was thinking. That's why I said I would have shot it. Honestly, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if the one scared him and he tried to just shoot it wide with a little touch spin to try to create the angle or what. But that ball definitely straightened out, went way short. And Shane's kind of left himself on the low side of this ball. It does bank pretty easily, but cue ball is going to have a little bit more speed. I think being that close to the rail, just a little hair tougher to control. He would have liked to have been up off the rail about an inch or so, and that would have given him easy control. I mean, he does have control still, but being that close to the rail, you can hit this ball bad. Well, I know Chip's just sitting there comfortable. I know he's feeling like he's pretty much already won this game. But Shane is not out of the woods. If he were to make this bank and get under that 8 or 13 up table there, was that the 2 or 13? And get up the table there, he would definitely have a chance at this game, even with Chip on the hill for the ball count. Made it. Oh, he did not get past the balls. And that's what I was talking about. He left himself at the kind of angle where he had to kind of cut it and let the cue ball go a little bit faster. And I think if he would have gotten the cue ball up off that bottom cushion about an inch or so, that would have given him the control he needs. All right, so 3-reeler coming here, bury him behind the stripe. 13. Well done by Shane. So Chip will just come off of the side of this ball and get down the table. I like going side rail, bottom rail here, but you got to be careful. You don't want to put a lot of speed on the ball. Okay, so Shane may go ahead and shoot a 3-railer on this ball now, or a 2-railer, or he can kick the one, kick bank the one. High left ball, rail first, and a lot of left spin, like a lot of high left, more left than high, and rail first, and you kick it, and the cue ball will go forward. I mean, that would be bad news for Chip if all balls were in play. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Shane needs. 2-railer is so touchy. You can, just hit it, and you kind of have to hit it in such a way where you're sending the cue ball right at the pocket. And I know the kick sort of does that as well, but with a little bit more control. You don't have to. And the 3-railer is almost the same thing. He kind of has to let the cue ball go towards the bottom rail in the pocket area. So I like the kick bank. So he's done nicely to actually two-rail that ball over there. And it looks like the one is sitting there just right where he can shoot it into the bottom rail and catch the two ball on the way out. If I'm Chip, I'm hitting it with a lot of speed. These balls are going to catch multiple rails here. I don't try to baby this. I try to go ahead and put a little heat on it, get it on out of there. You don't want to make the mistake of cutting this one ball where it stays after it contacts the two. You want to hit it just like it lays. Nice shot. Hit it with the high karate to hold the cue ball up. Beautiful shot. Chip was almost in trouble right there. So two-railer on this one, back at his pocket. Oh, he passed it up. He passed it up. That was a little surprising, actually. He passed that up. Okay. So, I think we'll see Chip roll on the two ball. Now, you don't want to get on the side rail, on the right side rail, because then you leave a two-railer for Shane. You want to stay right on the back of the two. Oh, that's the mistake. That's what I was saying you didn't want to do, is leave him here. Now he's going to have a poke at his pocket here. Now, if I'm Shane, I two-rail the bottom ball, because if you two-rail the top ball, then you have to go to the left and let your cue ball kind of be out a little. If you shoot the bottom ball, then you may have the two ball available next to do something with. If you make it, the 13 ball is the one I'm shooting. Looks like he's trying to go forward and get under the balls. Careful, careful. Watch the kiss. Yeah. All right, so Chip's not out. If I'm Chip, I'm not wanting to do anything. I'm either going to thin the 13 into the one ball or push the two ball into the cluster. I want to keep him tied up if I'm Chip. Since I don't have a shot, I'm going to tie him up. And so that's what he's done. He's took the bottom rail away, well, the top rail away from Shane, keeping him away from any kind of banks or anything. All right, so Shane actually has a bank at this one ball. He has to be careful not to scratch here. It looks like it could just slip past that four ball and do something bad. You know, he has to be very careful not to lose his cue ball in this position. You know what? If I'm Shane, I actually might consider the kick on the one ball if he could get under it enough instead of the bank. Okay, so he did what I like it when I'm right. He kicked that ball right in. That's beautiful. And he's got a three-rail on the 13 as well. He has to hit with a lot of top English to beat the kiss. It'll hold the cue ball. See how the cue ball hesitated forward there? So that's how you beat that kiss, with a lot of high karate there. Beautiful shot by Shane, getting all the way back in this game now. Ball count is 6-7. Shane needs 2. 6-7 ball count. There you go. All right, so Chip's just three-railing this ball onto his side. He doesn't want to three-rail it at the pocket, I don't believe. I think he just wants to get it 3 rails on his side. Careful, cue ball. You don't want to go too far. All right, so now Shane is just going to bank it toward the 2 ball. I might almost bank it into the rail and back over. Careful now, you don't want to make this. Good shot by Shane. You know, if I'm Chip, I consider that four railer in this position. It doesn't go, but it will get over there on his side and create just a move, is what you want. Uh, Chip doesn't want Shane to be able to get all the balls in play, so he may consider something else instead. He may just cross the 11 to his side, keeping both balls out of play like that. All right, so tit for tat right here. If I'm Chip, since the 13 is on the side rail, it's not makeable for Shane. I don't mess with this. I go ahead and pocket the 4 right now. See, he put the ball. See it in the position that it was. Had he pocketed the 4, Shane would not have been able to pocket the 13 from that position because it was on the side rail, right? He would have lost the cue ball trying to do anything. And so that's why it was good to pocket the 4 right there in that position. So he's given Shane the first option to corner hook him or put a ball in the spot. And Chip is going to go ahead and give up the 4, I would think. Oh no, he can just move it back up the table. The only problem with this shot, just banking it back up the table, is very hard to get out of the return. More often than not, you leave a long railer back at your opponent's pocket when you just try to move it. Like I would, if I'm Chip, I would almost consider banking this at the right side rail if you're looking at the screen and back at my pocket before I do this. You see what I'm saying? See this? Now you see now he left the return bank. Now he can't. Shane can't roll it because there's a big pocket there. He has to hit this with a little bit of draw to stay out of the pocket, but he has a shot at the bank that he shouldn't have. So that's why I always consider just trying to overcut that ball and getting it down on the bottom rail where he doesn't have a return like this, because a guy like Shane, he's going to be able to hit these pretty accurately. Oh my God! I said that he didn't have enough to. Oh wow! I can't believe that happened. Well, wow! He got lucky enough to make the bank, so that blocks the spot shot. So he got away with sort of there, but big mistake by Shane letting that cue ball go. I could clearly see that was a scratch shot. All right, so Chip just put both balls on his side. Smart one pocket move. Very hard to defend against both balls because of the position the 15 is up. So if you just move the 4, then he'll have a bank at the 15. So he has to be very careful with this. All right, so he's seeing what he's about to leave by just doing it that way. I think he may have to consider just rolling the 4 very softly, leaving it in the way of the 15 where he cannot shoot at it. Like basically just shoot fully into the 4 and let it softly bounce out in the way of the 15. Oh, this is no good. He's leaving a shot. Chip Well, it is a little bit funny because he has to cut the 8 a lot, but the 15, both of these balls are available for a bank. And if he wants to shoot the one on Shane's rail, all he has to do is just hit it with a little bit of outside and, you know, well, really a lot of outside and control the speed of the cue ball more than the object ball. Just make sure you don't get on the other side of that 15 where you're selling out. I think he has a lot of room to make this and actually a lot of room for speed, where if he were mindful of his speed, he shouldn't sell out here at all. He may even make the bank. Notice what he did. He made sure that he hit it fat, where he could control the speed. And Shane is basically still in the same position he was a minute ago. If he moves the 4 ball, then he's going to leave a shot on the 15. And if he tries to defend against the 15 moving the 4 ball, then he's going to leave a shot on the 4 ball. So, very awkward position for Shane. If I'm Shane, I might consider just trying to kick the 4 ball. Kick the 4 ball 2 rails to my side. You go to the left side rail and then the bottom rail below the 4, kick it up towards the side pocket, and that will defend against the bank. It'll at least give Chip something to defend against where it's not a free shot. Yeah, I'm colorblind on these screens. Y'all have to excuse me if I'm calling the wrong balls, but he should 2 rail kick the ball on the bottom rail. Let's just say that. Toward the side pocket. He's looking like he wants to load up and try to bank at this 15. And although it may be available, he is betting the game on a shot that he can't win the game with. Basically saying he can't get out from here with that ball in the top corner. He can only lose the game shooting this shot. Okay, so now he's moving the 4. He's still faced with the same problem. He has to defend that 15 ball. And that's going to be no good. Chip has a clear bank at the 15. He's right behind it. Whole cue ball. Nothing stopping him. Airing opportunity right here to catch up and get this score within 2. It is 5-2 for the day, leading in Shane's favor, but Chip can bring this back to 2 right now. And I think he does. It is in the hole. Great shot by Chip. I'm going to leave the announcements to Steven here. Chip has taken a player break. He's laid his cue on the table. We're going to take a player break with him. Hope you're enjoying the show so far.
We did a little trivia.
Well, it's all good. I'm not complaining about the break. I was just wondering. I know that wasn't a normal little, 2 or 3 minute bathroom break, so it seemed like that one was prolonged. I thought maybe somebody might have been eating.
Yeah, we usually
which is understandable.
We used to try to do like an intermission, but sometimes, you one pocket players, you want to take a 5, but you don't want to take a 30. So.
Well, yeah, 30. It's kind of like almost like starting over.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No, I feel you. But wow, that what do you think of this break here?
It looks like a pretty decent break. I think Chip can get out of it. It looks like to me he may be able to 2 rail kick the ball on the bottom rail, the 12 into the pile. Right in between the 5-3 gap. You see it? He can even kick at 1 rail and just get a rail here if he wants. And it looks like he could thin the 3 and hit the bottom rail or side rail and get over there. Like he could just hit the 3 real thin and float over there behind it. But I think the problem with that is he has to get right up on the ball for that. He's taking a foul. I've seen Chip do this in the Gorse match. He'll take a foul on the wrong side and see if he can get a better position. So if I'm Shane, I don't even think about it anything. Pretty much just kick the stack. I like the well, no, that's. I guess you want to try to. Well, since they're playing 3 foul, that does change everything. You know, in this position, Shane should immediately just take a foul here. I mean, if he didn't want to take a foul where he was at, he could easily. I don't think he should try to make a hit just because I feel like he's looking for you to change his position so he could get out of it. And obviously, he doesn't mind taking a foul. It's worth it to him. So it should be worth it to you to hold the position because of the balls that are open. You know, if you look closely, Shane has got the 13-10 combo once that 12 balls gone. He's got a few other ones. The 3, the 9, the 2 is open, the 1 is open. So quite a few balls to protect. It is definitely worth more just to take a foul here. I wouldn't even mess with any of the balls. Just walk up and push it into the 5 a little bit and leave him like that. I think he's looking past the most simple option. Basically, what Chip did, he obviously didn't like the break that he was left to defend. So, going up the table, allowing him to change his shot is just a mistake. And he still took a foul anyway. Okay, no, he got there. He got there. And I don't know. It looks like he's done okay. It looks like Chip can maybe shoot straight at the 4 ball there and just get on the other side of the 12, kind of a half ball hit. I don't think he'll scratch right there with just the top English roll on it. I think he should be able to easily just, or he could actually soft kick the ball that's on the rail there. He has a clean line for that, and that wouldn't hurt anything. And it would also keep the 1 ball bank blocked if he just soft kicked the ball that's on the side rail here, the right side rail, bottom rail, side rail. Okay, he said going with the first option with the 4 ball and just softly cut it and get on the other side of the 12 like that. Nothing wrong with that shot. It's just as I said before, you know, putting Chip in that spot, you allowed him to defend. I think he should have took a foul and made Chip take another foul, and you would have still had all the balls kind of sitting right there. I mean, they're still sitting there, but now you're in a tougher position to defend what you had. So, a lot tougher than it needed to be. And really, I think he's still in a position to take a foul here. Just shoot past the 12 and take a foul, put him back on the back of the stack. You know what I mean? Like, he already owes 1. If you do anything else, he's just going to be able to hurt your position here. I mean, there's really no place that you can just use a ball and hide off of easily. Like, even the 3 ball, you'd still be leaving the cue ball way out away from it where he has a lot of options to do something. I mean, if not offensively, defensively. So I think if he can shoot past this ball, the stripe ball that's near him was at the 10, he should just take a foul, hit the side rail, put him on the back of the stack, take a nice, easy, soft foul there. I don't like this. Looks like he's trying to thin it and get on the other side of it. Yeah, didn't get there. He left a shot. Looks like Chip's going to be able to bank this one. Can we get that overhead if you're there, Steven? Oh yeah, you can see this one is he has a clear bank at it. Um, he's gonna cross it and go under the 14. 14 will cross over top of it, back at the pocket. And I can't tell whether the 210 is available on the combo where he to make that bank, but he certainly would have a good chance to advance his position, pushing balls over and sticking them up on the pile. Oh, he couldn't shoot it. Really? Oh, I'm amazed. I thought he had plenty of room to beat it. To beat it to look like he was looking straight at it. I thought he had a clear bank at the shot. Wow. All right, so Shane's gonna open these back up, put them on the end rail. Not quite on the end rail, but close enough. All right, so I don't see a hole. Yep, I think he can shoot the ball closest to Shane's hole, cross it out of there, and get on the bottom rail, um, banking that ball up towards the 1 or the 9-5 area. All right, nice shot right there. Uh, um, Shane's kind of in the way. Okay, all right, I see what he's got. I like going to the back of the pile here. I like thinning the 2 and getting on the pile. Is what I like. Looks like he's banking at this. Yeah, he's definitely losing position little bit by little bit. All right, so I think Chip has a shot at the 4 ball, or is that the 4 ball? Yeah, 4 ball. And he can 2 rail that toward the pile and go forward. He can actually shoot at the 5, shooting that toward the 4 if he wanted as well. And I don't know, the 3 ball is kind of available to do the same thing, but I don't mess with the 3 ball. It's a lot of moving parts right there. So, all right, so he chose the 5. Nothing wrong with that. Now the 3 lays pretty good to send it back down. And also that shot is available that I called earlier where you're thinning the 2 ball, getting on the back of the pile. So he's just got to figure out what he likes from here. 3 ball is okay, but you just have to be a little bit careful of the track of the cue ball. You don't want to scratch in the upper left. So control the cue ball here. It definitely looks like if you hit it, if you hit the 3 ball just a little bit too fat or too soft, your cue ball goes through and toward the pocket. So if I'm Shane, I like to overcut this just a bit, banking it 2 rails kind of at the side pocket under the in between the 1 and the side, and that should give you enough carry to get to the rail and maybe get the 3 ball all the way past all the balls as well. Now the 2 balls available, but the problem is to get the line going toward the pile, you kind of have to shoot it into the 13, which you could pop it out. See, notice he hit it fat. He hit it nice and fat. Oh my God, he got some love. He got some love. Look at this. Look at this. Wow, what a shot. He got some love. It's a beautiful love tap right there. I mean, shot it right in the gap there and just scathed the 9 on the way by. Beautiful love tap. He needed that. Wow, straight shooter. Fired that ball in from the back rail. And he's off to the races now. Relatively straight enough shot on the 12. He should be able to hold 5. And I think the 4 ball may be available to go past that 10 or 12 that's near the pile, whichever one that is right there. Like I said, I'm colorblind on the screen. Can't really tell what's what. Can we get the overhead and see if that ball passes, Steven? It looks real close, but I don't think the 2-ball goes. Now 13-10 may be available for a combo. He may have to go all the way around to the ball that's above the 5. So 3 rails back around if nothing's available, and nothing looks available to me. Okay, so he went way down the table. Obviously the 1 must pass because of where he put the cue ball. He wasn't worried about getting hooked at all, was he? All right, so Shane is running balls here, and he's got 2 sitting right in front of him to get. And that'll leave 9 left on the table. After he makes this ball, he'll have 6. He'll have 6. And I think the 13-10 is available for combo. If you look at it, the 10 is angled slightly down at the rail, but it looks like it's sticking out just enough to be comboed in. Now he could choose to just go into the pile here. It looks like if you hit the top of that stripe that's right at the top of the pile, the 12, you could open the 15 and 7 and all of that. So he just has to figure out exactly how he wants to go at this, and it looks like he can hit that top ball pretty easily. If you just hit it with a lot of power, it'll bounce off the rail real hard, and you should be able to hit the top ball. But he doesn't have to, though. He can go forward all the way around. He may be able to clip the 4 or either get on the combo or either just come straight across. Wow. He forced it and went into the side rail, hit the stack on the good side, and now playing for 2. He needs 2 from here, and it doesn't look like that's going to be a problem. The 10's available, the 7's available after this ball, so whichever way he wants to go, he's fine. Okay, so he drew it back. He's got the 10, and he's out after this ball. I think, yeah, he's out after this one. That's it. All right, so Shane goes to 6-3 on the score. And Steven, if you want to make some announcements on the quick rack.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, crazy match, crazy game there. 6-3 now. Shane needing 2 games, Chip needing 5. I want to give a quick shout out to Melina Mike and Dunsky's Dungeon. That's Dominic Dunn down in Florida, and Melina Mike down here in South Texas. They are your pool insiders. They giving you all the info. So if you want to know anything about pool related stuff, make sure you go follow those guys on Facebook. They work real hard to keep up to date with everything. So that's also where you'll find all of our flyers. So make sure you go like Melina Mike and Dunsky's Dungeon. Chip with a pretty good break here. What do you think, Josh?
A beautiful break there. Notice that Shane has no way to get in there. Like, he has a wall. I mean, can we get that overhead, see how good he can hit the 7? See if he can. No, he can't get in there. He's got no way in. Can he kick through the gap there? Does he have a line? No, he doesn't. He's going to have to 4-rail kick on this 8 or either draw back behind on the 15. This is his only way back there besides the kick here. Look at that wall of balls. That is a beautiful break there. And Shane has done nicely to get it down there, but Chip's going to be able to defend this. And look where the 7 is. He can overcut this 7, banking it into the 8-15 area and send his cue ball 2 rails, and get up, up over, around that side pocket just above the second diamond here. So that's what I like. Unless he can cut this 8 in, which it doesn't look like it. If he could cut the 8 in, you could do that. But wait a minute now. He's cutting this 8. He's not looking at anything else. Wow, he's cutting the 8. Does he think he can hold it? Or is he looking at banking the 7 right here? I don't know what he's doing. Okay, he's cutting the 8. I didn't realize it was that easy. Wow. It looked like a lot more cut on the flat screen. And,
definitely.
It looks like yes.
It definitely looks a little tougher from here than it does on the overhead. It's a pretty,
okay, 100%. He's cutting this ball.
Oh,
he shot it. He shot it with a jerky stroke. Did you see how he kind of punched that ball?
I think maybe he took that shot for granted.
I don't know. He kind of got that. He didn't really stroke it. He kind of jabbed at it. I don't know what the thinking was there, or whether I don't know what happened right there. But it didn't look like he hit it well. He didn't give it any time or anything. He just kind of poked it. Wow. Yeah, from the overhead, it looked very easy, but from the bottom, it looked like he had like a 90-degree cut, But once you turned it into the overhead, then I could see that he had a. All right, so Shane, the 4-ball actually goes if he wanted to draw and go one rail, like just above the 15, he could get to the 4. Or he could just try and go one rail and leave himself the cut on that top stripe. I don't know what that is. And that's what he's done. He just hit it with the follow, and he's actually done well. He got past the straight point of the ball where he's not actually cutting it that much, and his cue ball is going right into the 11, which is hitting the 3. If he gets through that gap where he's just not hitting the 11 fully, but hitting the top side of it where he can get through the gap there, he's going to have some shots after this here. All right, so he got just out of the woods there and got a shot on the 7. So he'll go ahead and bump that 13 out of the way. See, he's got the 7 right there. He'll just slide right into the 13, making the 5 available, and it'll open up the 13-9 once the 2 and the 5 are gone. So he's got another opportunity to run out here. We may be seeing a quick game. All right, so draw back, get to the 2 ball. You just draw back to the blue here. Can we get overhead? He doesn't look happy with where he is. This is okay. I don't see any problem with this. He can draw into the 9 and cut the 2 ball in. That's fine. No problem there. All right, he can go one rail to the 13 now. He's off to the races. I think he's going to run out, and we're going to see a 7-3 ball game right here. All right, so just cutting the 2 ball and going around the 13. You don't want to try to go below it. You want to get on top of the balls. All right, so now he's got the good angle to go to the 13. I'm going to shoot the 13 right now and get all the way to the side rail, and that way you have the option on all those balls without hitting any. Now, if he's straight enough on the 9 where he can shoot it and draw back without hitting anything, then maybe he'll shoot that. But if not, he needs to shoot the 13 and come all the way over. All right, so he's straight enough apparently. Oh, I guess he's not. He switched over to the 13. He wants to come all the way back over. Now, playing this position, I want to hit both rails and bounce off. You don't want to hit it soft and be stuck on the side rail here. That's important. He needs 4 balls, so he needs to be in good position to shoot the next ball, and that definitely means not getting stuck on the side rail here. All right, so it looks like he's shooting the 9 instead. Is he going forward? Oh, man. Okay, well, he just barely got to the comfort zone. Perfect shape to get to the other 2 balls. So straight across. Don't get on the rail. He may have to shoot well, he can shoot either one. He's got the right angle. He can just hit it hard enough to get back over. Okay. One more ball. Or is that it? Oh, he's out. Okay. All right. Steven, if you want to make any announcements, now's the time. They're racking quick.
Yeah, they are wrecking quick. I actually got to get on the microphone, Josh, so if you want to talk us through what we're about to see. Shane on the hill for the day. Chip's got a long road ahead, but you know more than anybody, Josh, that Chip has no quit, all heart, and more gamble than just about anybody out there.
He is a good gambler, and he does have a lot of heart. I'll give him that. He's been out there battling with all these guys and everything, and it certainly helps to be able to get in the grease. But I think he needs to change his approach on the way he's playing Shane, and be more. I won't say aggressive, but more protective on the game. I think he is more of the one pocket player in this situation, and Shane is obviously more of a shooter. And I feel like Chip is kind of not playing him to that key point.
Let me ask you this: we've seen, me and you personally have seen Chip play Tony.
We're in trouble. He's about to run out here. All the balls are open. Look at this. The 6 goes. The 3 goes.
Oh, wow.
The 11's going to go. The 12, all those balls up the rail go. I think we may see a run out here. Maybe a left-handed shot for the first shot, but after that, a clean run out. He's got a clear shot, Steven. I think he's got a chance to run all the way out here.
Yeah, and real quick, guys, while he's starting his run, if he does get out here, guys, I just want to let you know that we are going to stop the stream, and it's simply so we can make sure that we have the reloop available for you tonight. If you're watching, there is going to be some kind of action afterwards. I don't know what it's going to be, but there will be action afterwards as Shane makes that first ball. So when the stream cuts off, guys, give it 20 seconds and refresh your page. The stream will be back up, and we'll be ready to roll, okay? What do you think, Josh? What's his next shot here?
Honestly, I think he's gotten bad position on this to go to the rest of the balls. I think he's got to shoot the 12 and go to the stripe that's right above the 12, the 14. Draw it back one rail up above those balls and get better position, or out to the middle for the 11. I don't think the 6 is a good option. You're going to end up with a tougher shot than you want. Yeah, I like that. See, he did what I said. And he's gotten better shape on there, and now he can come all the way to the 6 with a nice follow stroke. And that gets him behind the balls. It's just as I said before, the 3 is available, and so is the 6 and the 11. So basically this connects him to the rest of those balls down there. And once the 3 is gone, keep in mind that the 7 will go as well once the 3 is out of the way. Now, he did kind of fall on the funny side of this 6. He may have to play some inside English and bump into the stack here. Is he shooting the combo over the 6 ball? Oh, wow. This guy's got a lot of confidence, doesn't he? Wow. That must have been lined up perfectly. Beautiful shot by Shane. And already off to the races. He's playing for 5, and he's got 4 of them sitting right there within the foot of the cue ball. And I don't think he's going to have any problems. 1 rail to the 6 here. And he's got on the good side of it if he wants to break balls out. He doesn't really need to, though, but he could. Right. Okay. So now he kind of, I don't know. Okay. All right. He only needs 2. Okay. He's good. He's good to go here. So this 1 ball for the, okay. Chip concedes it, gives him the day. And Steven, back for your announcements. By the way, this is Josh Roberts, and I was commentating for Omega TV. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be starting at 5 o'clock Texas time. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back tomorrow.
All right, guys, so that's it for the day. Again, if you're watching, don't go anywhere. We are going to cut the stream, but it will be back on here in just a second. There you go. If you want to get those screenshots in, final count for the day is 8 games to 3
And we are going to go off the air, and we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere.